You're listening to Independent TV 7. Yeah, straight to the headlines because we are all fast spent. Tinubu to call 39 witnesses to aid his case before the commencement of Atiku's lawsuit and the obese suit also. That's coming from source. Mr. Tinubu's legal team, led by Wole Olanipekun, commenced their efforts to refute the claims made by opposition party petitioners on Tuesday during the proceedings of Atiku's case. Mr. Olanipekun, a respected senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, he noticed and also initiated the defense of Mr. Tinubu's victory by presenting several documents to prove allegations of academic records, forgery, and criminal conviction that had been leveled against the president. To support the argument, Mr. Olanipekun submitted certified true copies of Mr. Tinubu's academic records from Chicago State University in the United States. Additionally, he presented correspondences exchanged between the Nigerian police force and the United States Embassy in Nigeria, which further validated the claims made on behalf of Mr. Tinubu in response to the police's inquiry. The U.S. Consular General in Lagos issued a letter on February 4th, 2023, or rather February 4th, 2003, clearing Mr. Tinubu of any criminal convictions or arrest in the United States as it is. The presiding judge, Mr. Samani, who presides over the 5-member panel, announced that the data and the date for the closing arguments will be communicated to all parties involved. Subsequently, the court adjourned Mr. Obi's case for similar reasons following the completion of Mr. Tinubu and the APC's defense. Prior to the commencement of the full trial in the lawsuit brought forth by Atiku and Mr. Obi, Mr. Tinubu had expressed his intention also to summon 39 witnesses to support his case. Wow. This strategic move indicated his determination to present a robust defense and reinforce the legitimacy of his victory. Wow. At least let me relax a little from here. And news are the real things, but notwithstanding, it's so very, very funny and also appalling that Tinubu of all people want to consent so, I don't know, maybe so low or to that level whereby he wants to defend himself. Maybe it's right for him to do so. Fine, cool. But as a president of a country right now, to be facing panel, those guys are contenders. Mr. Obi and Mr. Atiku, they are contenders, but one case after another. So everybody's bringing out charges against themselves. So there's a plaintiff and there's a defender or offender. I don't know where it's coming from, but notwithstanding, prior to the commencement of the full trial in the lawsuits brought forth by Atiku and Mr. Obi, so both of them are really working together. So they want to, try to, I don't know what they want to do to Tinubu, or is a game of plan or planning game or planning whatever, I don't know. Because in this, their kind of politics in Nigeria, they will tell you politics is dicey, there is no permanent friend, or there are no permanent friends. And I don't think that is the definition of policy or politics. You understand? Because politics is policy. You understand? And the policy would mandate a kind of system to be followed by the citizen through the government, and so to give us a positive governance, and that's what it is. But in Nigeria, I think they don't understand. Meanwhile, we adopted democracy in this country as adopting from United States of America. Some persons will say, them don't take with the don't they suffer for like yes waiting concern. You had independence 1960, so 50 years down the line, 60 years down the line, I would say babies in the country as per leadership. So that is what we are all saying. So things are fluctuating, systems are not balanced. So that's democracy, the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So everybody needs to work hand in hand. Even the citizen, create a very big part of the government and governance, because the public funds of the citizens, or the hard-earned money and the wages they collect, as low as it is, they will still get their salary from the public funds. That's what it is. But notwithstanding, that's not the topic for today. But what we're saying is that Tinubu Atiku and Mr. Obi are contending for a position of the presidency. So they want to become the president of Nigeria. So Tinubu rigged his way in. It was announced. Mr. Obi and Atiku support law. Hello. But notwithstanding, kò lè tí lọ náà. Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ Yorùbá díẹ̀. Ó lè má tí lọ. Well, if they can push further, you understand? If they can propel further, because president is president. So that's why I'm very surprised that Tinubu would now consent or concedent or we condescend so low. I don't know, because so low or high or on the average, but it's good. It's because there is a plaintiff and there is a defendant or defender. Yeah, to continue, Mr. Samani, who heads the 5-member panel, said a date for the hearing of a closing. Yeah, that's what it is. So according to the narrative, politicians in Nigeria have really dealt with themselves, and they are now washing their dirty linen outside. Charges of or let me say crime of 2003 that Tinubu waived off. As soon as he's coming for a bigger position, they want to wiggle him. Why didn't they do that when he was the governor of Lagos State? So we should know what we are doing in this country. Well, Mr. Samani, who has the 5-member panel, said a date for the hearing of closing arguments will be communicated to the parties. To court adjourned and also adjourned Mr. Obi's case for similar reasons after Mr. Tinubu and the APC closed their defense. Before the commencement of full trial in Atiku and Mr. Obi's suit, Mr. Tinubu had indicated his intention to call 39 witnesses to aid his case. That's another key point. That's hook. Yes, but highlighted. Now to continue furthermore, Mr. Tinubu's legal team, led by Wole Olanipekun, began their efforts to counter the petitioner's claims. During the proceedings of Atiku's case, Mr. Olanipekun presented certified copies of Mr. Tinubu's academic records and correspondences between the Nigerian police force and the United States Embassy, refuting allegations of forgery and criminal conviction. Well, the United States Consular General's letter further cleared Mr. Tinubu of any criminal involvement in the United States. The court announced that the date for closing arguments would be communicated to all parties, and Mr. Obi's case was adjourned for similar reasons after the completion of Mr. Tinubu and the APC's defense. Now, Mr. Tinubu had indicated his intentions to call upon 39 witnesses to bolster his case prior to the full trial. Now, the season film is about to start. You understand? You ain't know what it's going to end with. Now, the film in full. Well, people, Nigerians in diaspora and locals, they are vexing. Vexing. That they vex. And that's the English with that. They're paranoid. They want to, talk about this case. It's getting more interesting because talking about their dirty linen, they want to wash it outside, and I believe let them wash it very well. So we won't see the death as a trash, or by sense of humor. We should know that àgbàlagbà méjì, I don't know, àgbàlagbà mẹ́ta, they can't agree together to let somebody have it, or somebody has been announced. I don't really know. But why should that person even rig the election if he did also? Then why is there a plaintiff, and why is there a defendant? That is what we are facing in the country. They will say life no balance, life imbalance, human being no balance.